Hey lovely people, I hope it's as obvious to you as it is to me that our governments are buttering us up for an invasion of Iran on behalf of Israel. The language being used by the complicit mainstream media and our politicians right now is directly aimed at manufacturing consent for an invasion or at least some form of war against Iran. Kamala Harris reflected what Benjamin Milakovsky said in the UN in her 60-minute interview, in the overtime bit that's available online. When she was asked, who is our greatest adversary, she said Iran. Iran. Not Russia, not China, not North Korea, Iran. And let me remind you, Israel have killed more American citizens in the last year than Iran has killed in its entire history since deposing the Shah of Iran. Now, why are they doing this? Why are they using the language of manufacturing consent? Why do they describe villages that are currently being invaded and bombed by Israel in southern Lebanon, a sovereign state, as Hezbollah villages or Hezbollah infrastructure, right? Do we ever describe villages that voted in the United Kingdom predominantly for Labour as Labour villages or conservative villages or green villages? Hezbollah is a political party. Yes, it has a military wing. Yes, it is powerful militarily. It has a militia. But it is also a democratically elected part of the Lebanese government. Okay? When Milakovsky stands up in the UN, and thank God most delegates walked out, he was pointing at Iran. Why? Because he sees Iran as the greatest supporters of the Palestinian people that Israel has been repressing for the last 76 years. He sees them as supporting the people he's trying to ethnically cleanse and wipe out in the current genocide being carried out by the IOF and the Likud government, coalition government. The only way Netanyahu is staying in power and out of jail is by perpetuating this war and perpetuating the fear and loathing of the racist Israeli people against the Arabs. And he's decided that Iran is the way to do it, and our leaders are backing him by creating that consent through the media in the language that they are using. It is precisely analogous to the language used by Bush and Blair to create consent for the invasion of Iraq, talking about weapons of mass destruction that never existed, linking 9/11 to Iraq when it should have been linked to the Saudis, right? We are being dragged down the same road. Our young men and women are going to die for Milakovsky's mad ethnic cleansing ethos. We must not and should not let this happen. I am no fan of Iran. They are a repressive regime. They are awful. And no, they should not have weapons of mass destruction at their disposal. But that is for the Iranian people to determine. That is for the international community to deal with as a nuclear weapons issue, not as in a proxy war on behalf of Israel. We are being dragged into a war on behalf of a psychopath. And it is way beyond time that we stopped arming and funding him and his genocidal cohort. Please don't allow it.